Buenos días compañeros y bienvenidos a Sugar City Morning Show para hoy el 5 de enero. Muy buenos días compañeros, son las 7:05. Un gran gusto saludarles hoy por la mañana. Good morning ladies and gentlemen and welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show. It is a pleasure to welcome you this morning to the Sugar City Morning Show. A beautiful Friday morning here in Orange Walk, and a rather crisp, cool morning. Crisp and cool morning here in Orange Walk. And it's exactly 5 minutes after 7 o'clock. And we will begin the show as we always do with a prayer. Padre, te damos las gracias por tus bendiciones. Te damos las gracias por todas tus bendiciones que hoy nos das, porque hoy permitiste que abran los ojos, que pueda yo vivir, que pueda yo tener fuerzas, salud para venir a chambear. Padre, danos hoy, para el día de hoy, éxito en todo lo que hagamos, que tengamos paciencia uno para el otro, que tengamos comprensión uno para el otro, que podamos tener entendimiento, que podamos tener humildad, amor y generosidad uno para con el otro. Padre, este es un año nuevo, un año cuando debemos de poner metas nuevas para nuestras vidas, porque cada año debe de haber una mejor versión de mí. Cada año debe de haber una mejor versión de mí. Y te pido, Padre, que este año pueda yo mejorarme como persona, igualmente que todos los que se unen a esta oración se puedan mejorar como personas, porque eso es el propósito de la vida, Padre. Eso es, como yo entiendo, el propósito de la vida, porque tú nos guías con las experiencias, tú nos ayudas con la conciencia, que es el mejor regalo que nos has dado, Padre. Te pido, Padre, que hoy tengamos un bonito día, que podamos reflexionar y que podamos, Padre, ser fieles el uno al otro. Te pido, como siempre, para los ancianos, para los niños desamparados, para aquellos que están pasando por tiempos difíciles, de una forma u otra, físicamente, emocionalmente o hasta espiritualmente. Te pido, Padre, que aquellas personas que tienen tantas preguntas acerca de la vida, que les enseñes, que nos enseñes, de que sí es bueno preguntar, pero también es bueno aceptar las cosas tal como son. Padre, te alabamos, te bendecimos y te glorificamos siempre. Amén. Compañeros, generalmente entraría yo al General Weather Forecast, pero a este momento no tengo el reporte del estado del tiempo. Y así que, compañeros, hoy tendremos invitados, estaremos en espera del invitado, el doctor que estará con nosotros hablando acerca de los beneficios del uso de la marihuana, beneficios médicos. Es más, hemos estado oyendo acerca de la decriminalización del uso de la marihuana. Entonces mucha gente se agarra la cabeza, la cara y dice, ay, pero ¿qué está sucediendo hoy en día? Se van a ir a la perdición tantas personas. Se van a ir a la perdición tantos niños. ¿Qué ejemplo le estamos dando? Ese tipo de reacción es bastante legítimo. Bastante legítimo. Pero también se debe de considerar de que con esta ley nueva de decriminalización tiene que haber una cantidad de educación que es muy esencial para las personas que están usando marihuana y cómo deben de comportarse ellos frente de sus hijos. Porque los hijos finalmente, los niños en particular, en realidad les puedes decir no hagas esto. Pues ¿quién ¿Quién de nosotros hicimos lo que nuestros papás nos dijeron? Al final del día, siempre éramos muy aventurosos y hasta curiosos, porque queremos saber qué hay detrás de la bendita puerta que nos habían prohibido. Entonces, compañeros, hacemos justo lo contrario. Si te pueden decir, no uses mota, pues vas a ir a probarlo de todas formas, pero tiene que haber un elemento de educación, de un elemento de saber cómo comportarse con tus hijos. Porque al final del día, con todos tus consejos a tus hijos, muchas veces, sin saber hacerlo, y lo condiciono, sin saber hacerlo, los hijos hacen lo que los padres hacen. Mi papá lo hace, así que yo lo puedo hacer también. Mi hermano lo hace, así que yo lo puedo hacer también. Pero tiene que haber un elemento de educación para que esa persona haga su propia decisión. Decir, ¿sabes? La mota me puede hacer daño. Porque a personas de 18 años o menos les puede causar mucho, pero mucho daño el uso de la marihuana. Pero hoy tendremos al doctor Méndez que estará hablando con nosotros acerca de los beneficios médicos. Es más, de igual forma que se escucha tanto en contra, también se escucha de que la marihuana tiene ciertos elementos, compañeros, que ninguna otra planta tiene y que son de gran beneficio para la humanidad. De gran beneficio para la humanidad. Así que estaremos hablando sin tener que ser un proponente, sin tener que ser un portavoz para el uso de la marihuana, simplemente explicarles qué son los beneficios médicos de la marihuana. Son las 7:12, compañeros. Vamos a una pausa y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes tan pronto estos anuncios.
There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a tropic jam you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
6 cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
Looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Bossa.
They see you and how you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things ever run yours. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
Continue staying in touch with your friends and family with Digicel. From now until the end of January, take advantage of our $2.99 promotion and receive an unbelievable 100 minutes of talk time to BTL and Digicel numbers and 100 texts. You can also activate the plan to call your loved ones abroad in Canada, USA, and Mexico. Receive 50 minutes of talk time and 50 texts for only $2.99. All you need to do is dial star 100 to activate. Digicel's $2.99 promotion, now extended through January.
The bigger, better network. Digicel.
Every day when my daddy get up to go to work, he says this is for me to have a better life. But I say, Daddy, we have a better life. Mommy don't have to leave home to wash my clothes anymore. We don't have to go all the way to a pump and back home to wash every bucket. No, Mommy just have to turn on the pipe and wash up and make we bathe as long as we want. Even the school teacher make we wash we hand a pipe instead of a nasty bucket like before. See Daddy, life is better. Water the life.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan Muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walktown. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Thousands of Belizeans across the country are benefiting in the area of education and human resources development, water and sanitation systems enhancement. Funding for these national developmental projects are secured through the Basic Needs Trust Fund 7 and 8 programs under CDB, with counterpart funding by the Government of Belize and in-kind contributions by communities. CDB is one of government's strategic partners in answering the clarion call in pursuit to alleviate poverty. The BNTF program is CDB's flagship poverty reduction program that has contributed significantly to the national development of Belize since 1979. In the quest of providing an educational foundation, teachers and parents receive training in enhanced educational leadership and parenting skills. The aim to nurture capacity building, in particular teachers, and the development of students at school and at home. In recognition of the rapid technological environment, SIF distributed computers, including smartboards, projectors, risographs, and other equipment to schools to enhance the school's curriculum. Another hallmark of the fund's momentous achievements is in the area of water and sanitation. Access to safe water will enable men, women, and children to meet their daily needs, such as drinking, cooking, bathing, and washing. Access to safe water will also contribute significantly in improving community health and hygiene. SIF, in conjunction with BNTF and in collaboration with the Ministries of Health and Education, embarked on a wash training program. Beneficiaries included the communities of San Victor, Pueblo Viejo, Conejo, as well as public awareness programs. Access to good quality education, both academic and vocational, will enable students, future leaders, to become positive citizens, doctors, teachers, scientists, police officers, entrepreneurs, engineers, farmers, and the list goes on. This means the country's most cherished and greatest asset, our children, are given the opportunity to acquire a quality education in a healthy and conducive environment. The intervention by government and BNTF has resulted in the completion and rehabilitation of 10 schools inclusive of sub-projects in various communities. The completion of solar energy water systems will significantly contribute as an alternate energy source of supply. Since its inception 2 decades ago, the Social Investment Fund has implemented over 500 plus basic infrastructure and social projects across Belize.
The Social Investment Fund, breaking the cycle of poverty.
Bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros. Muy buenos días. Son exactamente las 7:22. Un atento saludo a toda nuestra audiencia hoy por la mañana, hoy viernes por la mañana, y ojalá que a esta hora ya se hayan desayunado y que ya estén listos para ir a confrontar el mundo, porque, compañeros, tenemos que estar listos y preparados. La vida es así, que a quien se pone y planifica su día y logra sus metas es el que logra beneficios. El que simplemente vive por vivir no logra nada. Compañeros, hoy vamos a ir rápidamente, ya que tengo el pronóstico del tiempo. I'm going to be saying it in English first. This is the general weather forecast for today, Friday, January 5th. And the general situation is described as the following. A cool and dry northerly airflow prevails over the area. The 24-hour forecast, variably cloudy and cool with little or no rainfall. The winds blowing from the north at 10 to 20 knots. The sea stayed choppy to moderate. Temperatures along the coast, 78 degrees Fahrenheit, 64 degrees as a low, 78 as a max. Inland, we're only going up to 78 degrees of Fahrenheit today, with a low of 60 degrees as for tonight. In the hills, a max of 68 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 54 degrees Fahrenheit. The outlook for tomorrow, Saturday, is of fair and cool weather with isolated showers. Then a few showers will develop mainly over the south and coast Saturday night. There was a low tide this morning at 6:47. There will be another one at 6:27 this evening. There will be a high tide today at 1:01 in the afternoon, followed by a second high tide tomorrow morning at 12:39. That is 39 minutes after midnight. The sun rose this morning at 6:24 and the sun sets at 5:32 this evening. The moon rises this morning. The moon sets this morning at 9:33 and the moon will rise this evening at exactly 9:33. We want to thank forecaster Michelle Smith for this information. Thank you, Michelle. And I just want to quickly share a little bit of information. And it says that in Orange Walk Town, currently it is 57 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies. It feels like 57. Winds from the north at 6 miles per hour with a humidity rating of 88%. The barometric pressure is 30 inches, which means that we are in high pressure. And today, Friday, and tomorrow are going to be pretty cool, and then a gradual increase in temperature, for Sunday and Monday, and then a gradual decrease again following Tuesday, and then it's going to be an up and down like a roller coaster, but we will remain pretty cool for the month of January. I apologize. Buenos días, compañeros. Este es el reporte del tiempo para hoy, viernes 5 de enero. Y este reporte generado a las 6 de la mañana indica que nuestro país de Belice está siendo afectado por este frente de frío y que el flujo de aire proveniente del norte nos está causando tiempo bastante fresco y seco, y eso es lo que está controlando el clima aquí en Belice. Para las siguientes 24 horas estará variablemente nublado, es más, por momentos nublado, por momentos no, pero bastante fresco con poco o nada de lluvia. Los vientos del norte de 10 a 20 nudos, el estado del mar agitado a moderado, temperaturas por la costa 78 grados con una máxima y 64 con una mínima, en el interior del país 78 con una máxima y también 60 grados Fahrenheit como una mínima. Por las colinas únicamente 68 como una máxima y 54 como una mínima. Se espera que mañana tendremos condiciones similares, con tiempo fresco, con simplemente chubascos aislados mañana, y luego por la tarde y por la noche algunos chubascos estarán desarrollándose esencialmente sobre el sur de la costa y sobre el sur del país y sobre las costas del sur del país. Una marea baja sucedió hace poquito, a las 6:47, otra marea baja a las 6:27 por la tarde, luego una marea alta a la 1:01 hoy por la tarde, y hoy y mañana también otra marea alta a la 1:21. El sol salió hoy por la mañana a las 6:24 y el sol se oculta a las 5:32. La luna de igual forma se oculta a las 9:33, pero sale hoy por la noche a justamente las 9:33. Así que muchas gracias, Michelle Smith, por esta información. Y rápidamente tornándonos a lo que es, a lo que es el pronóstico sobre el pronóstico del estado del tiempo para Orange Walk, el pueblo, el distrito. Aquí actualmente en el área 57 grados Fahrenheit, con cielos despejados, con vientos del norte de 6 millas por hora, humedad 88 grados. Dense cuenta que alto está la humedad, ¿ok? Y visibilidad de 7 millas. Estamos bajo un sistema de alta presión. Tendremos, compañeros, tiempo, estaremos bastante fresco, estará bastante fresco. durante hoy viernes y mañana sábado. Domingo, lunes estaremos regresando un poquito al lado, no caliente por decir, pero menos fresco. Luego entonces el martes hay un descenso de temperatura. El miércoles, jueves, viernes y sábado de la otra semana también un ascenso, y luego de repente bajamos de nuevo para la siguiente semana. Así que va a ser un roller coaster. Tan pronto es que algunos, déjeme decirte de que hemos estado viendo por la televisión como 2/3 del país de Norteamérica, en realidad, en Estados Unidos y Canadá, están congelados, y te preguntas, bueno, ¿y por qué este frío no nos está llegando a nosotros? Este frío intenso. Claro que estamos teniendo un periodo de poquito de frío, pero no es frío intenso como relativo a lo que ellos están recibiendo. Resulta, compañeros, de que todo esto depende en los vientos que están a 15,000 pies sobre el nivel del mar. A 5 millas de la superficie, es más, hay vientos pero súper fuertes, hasta de 150 millas por hora. Pero nosotros no lo sentimos, compañeros. Estamos protegidos por la atmósfera. Entonces, pero estos vientos constituyen lo que es el jet stream. Jet stream porque, pues justamente como el nombre indica, las aeronaves lo utilizan para que les dé el empuje extra cuando están viajando. Entonces, el jet stream no está bajando suficientemente al sur para traer todo este frío intenso hacia la península de Yucatán. Muchas veces simplemente llega a la Florida, baja hasta la Florida, y luego de repente se sube para las áreas de Virginia, Nueva York y New Jersey y Boston y esas áreas así. Entonces el frío, en vez de venir al sur, se va al este. Y eso es justamente lo que está sucediendo estos días. Justamente lo que sucede. Así que no estaremos viendo ese frío intenso que partes de los Estados Unidos están viendo, simplemente porque los vientos de allá arriba no están viniendo suficientemente al sur para poder bajar todo este frío. Pero suele suceder, compañeros, que el jet stream baja a veces hasta la península de Yucatán, porque hay veces que simplemente por las condiciones atmosféricas, porque el clima es una combinación de factores. Puchica, ya suena como meteorólogo, pero la cosa es de que muchas veces baja el jet stream hasta la península de Yucatán. ¿Y qué sucede? Eso es cuando conseguimos el frío intenso. Porque los vientos bajan todo el frío. Aquí en Orange Rock, como les dije, estaremos viendo cielos despejados y buen tiempo para los siguientes 2 días. ¿Ok? Compañeros, hoy es viernes, estamos en espera de nuestro invitado que estará llegando entre pero muy poco. Así que estaremos tomando una pausa rápidamente en espera del doctor, que nos hablará acerca de los beneficios los beneficios médicos. No viene a proponer o a decirle a la gente usen mota. No, esto no es el propósito. Simplemente le están aclarando qué son los beneficios médicos de la marihuana. De igual forma tendremos otras personas hablando acerca de otros temas, quizás los daños que la marihuana te hace Así que ustedes al usar, o todos nosotros al usar marihuana, entonces podamos decir, esta decisión lo hago porque ya estoy consciente de los beneficios y los efectos dañinos. Yo entonces lo hago de mi propia decisión. Pero hay que ser muy cuidadosos cuando estemos tratando del asunto con niños, porque la marihuana se ha comprobado que puede hacerle mucho daño a jóvenes que todavía están en proceso de crecimiento. Lo digo en claro, puede ser dañino a personas que están todavía en proceso de crecimiento, de desarrollo. Te puedes quedar estancado en 5 pies por toda tu vida, simplemente porque si usas marihuana. It can literally stunt your growth. Pero compañeros, vamos a esta pausa, estaremos de vuelta con ustedes tan pronto estos anuncios, en espera del doctor.
Voy por 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el balancín. Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayos, preciosa.
Los que huimos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Rostras, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Rostras.
Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for that?
Get serious. Get bopped.
The new Belize City Civic Center is taking shape at the foot of the Balkan Bridge and is expected to be completed by December 2017. This multi-purpose mega facility will boast an air-conditioned interior with a seating capacity of 4,500, a FEMA-certified wooden main court, and 3 practice courts, offices, media boxes, and multiple locker rooms. Another basketball court with 24-hour access to the public and parking for 200 vehicles. This $34 million investment highlights a new era of world-class sporting infrastructure for the entire country of Belize. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
I love my Digicel 4G LTE data. Between work and school, I have to multitask to keep up. When I'm on the move, I have everything I need no matter where I go. Whether it's research for school, emails for work, or Facebook, Snapchat, and YouTube while on those long bus rides, Digicel 4G LTE got me covered. Digicel 4G LTE's nationwide coverage is exactly what I need to get me where I'm going. They're truly the bigger, better network.
The bigger, better network. Digicel.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar-cured ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at DerekGillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop. Fresh and processed meats.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
The Philip Walton Highway between Belize City and the Philip Walton International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section A of the highway upgrading project between Hallover Bridge and PGIA is nearing completion at an investment of $13.6 million. Works include construction of retaining walls to prevent erosion, widening of the road cross-section to include paved road shoulders, pavement restoration and resurfacing. The project also includes installation of LED road lighting and safety features such as signs, reflectors, road marking, and improved visibility through the clearing of the road reserve. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Punta Gorda Town now has a modern multi-purpose sporting facility thanks to the government of Belize. The brand new complex is double the size of the prior venue, and some of the features include a FIBA certified wooden court with padding underneath, seating capacity for 1,000, changing rooms, locker rooms, and offices. This $3.4 million investment in the town of Punta Gorda is being heralded by the residents of PG.
I feel very excited because this is first time a port like this is built in PG.
This is a big achievement for the town because we have a lot of the youths when they come out and want to play ball to same way. And this just a put it on another level.
A lot of youths can't even wait to play on the new court because it's so official and it's something new to PG and the whole.
I have to thank the government of Belize because they look out for PG.
The government of Belize, moving Belize forward. There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a tropic gem you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
6 cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
Looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. We're still awaiting the arrival of our guest, but nonetheless, at this moment, we will go into a discussion about this case, the Farid Ahmad case, which I think has literally it's one of those cases that immediately cause us to ponder and to question so many things that we have, maybe up to a certain point, we have held them to be even sacred. We have held them even to be sacrosanct. We have held them to be like okay, the police are unable to do these to do these things, are unable to be involved in this kind of thing. And then all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, all of a sudden, we see what are alleged to be text messages from within the police department, purporting to or aimed at trying to tell us that there is some sort of criminal organization within the police department that is targeting the Ahmad family. And it left me speechless last night when I heard it. And even this morning, as I read through it again, I am left even more perplexed as to what in the world is going on. The first question, the first thing that I must mention is that these text messages, which are the essence of the story, we cannot at this moment verify that they are authentic. We're not hoping that they are, because it would further disappoint us. But if it comes to the point where we are, there is no other way out, and say, tell you what, this is the God's truth. For as much as we may not want it to be so, or would not like it to be so, then this would indicate that there is a criminal element within the police department. And that is what troubles us. That is what keeps a lot of us perplexed and wondering what in the world is going on. We hear of a special assignment team. Well, what is this special assignment? What are the special assignment? Murder? Is that what it is? Is it to literally wipe out certain people from the surface, very simply because of their beliefs, religious beliefs? Or is it because of their political persuasion? Or can it be perhaps because of their sexual preference? Can it be, ladies and gentlemen, that it is a covert operation from within the police department? Or is it something that is being perpetrated by some officers within the police department, and it is going on completely without the knowledge of the powers that be up there, but it is something organized within the police department? Can it be, however, that all of that is just allegations, and that these people, Ahmad, are very astute and have produced all of these text messages just so to convince the public that there is some sort of conspiracy against them? Those are questions that we have to deal with. And anybody who has a little bit of common sense will understand that the answers to those questions may not arrive right now, but we're hoping to have them very soon. We're hoping to have them very soon. I don't know what it will take. Perhaps an investigator from somebody, from an external investigator would do right in this case. How much success this person is going to have is a different story. Because if some people just deny or refuse to participate in the data collection process, well, then you're not going anywhere with it. I don't know. Even if, ladies and gentlemen, even if it is so that the brother of Farid Ahmad, that was killed in the Philippines, was involved in terrorist activity. And the reports are that he was killed in the Philippines because he was involved in Muslim terrorism, or some sort of terrorism. Even if that is the case, that does not give you the right to, or the police the right to be treating the rest of the family with downright disrespect and suspicion. If it is established that this is only that guy who was involved, but then let it die there. Can it be perhaps that the police have some sort of evidence, however, that there is continued activity or continued connection or nexus, like the Chester Williams like to say, between one and the other? Can it be perhaps that the Ahmad family is being targeted because of their connections with terrorism? Can it be? I don't think so, honestly. So can it be that there was also some sort of relationship that was going on? You see, these are all the questions that people ask because we find no sense in the killing. Absolutely none. A man is dead. A man who was a professional, yes, he was a barber. I didn't know that barbers made that much money, however, to drive a BMW X5. I swear to God I didn't know. And I gather he's a person who is a referee in the football and somebody who is trying to supposedly make a difference within the community. I don't know. I'm hoping that these things are true. But then the question still arises. What was he involved in, or what kind of reasoning can be there for this person to be literally murdered by a police constable, by a police officer, who is a member of the special assignment team, and who and against whom Farid Ahmad had recently gone to the police department to launch a protest, saying that he has been handcuffed, very simply to be asked questions at the police department, which is not something that they normally do. You just pick up somebody, says, hi, I want to ask you some questions, but that doesn't mean that you must handcuff me. You know what I mean? Because I'm not a suspect in anything. But very simply for questioning, that's not the rudimentary procedure. But can it be very simply because these people have fought for their rights and know their rights, that the police are viewing them as prey and saying, you no go mess with we, cause we the police and that we run things. You think you know anything about rights? Can it be the situation that they're just victims? All of these things trouble me. All of these things. Can it be just a case of police abusing their powers? The other day I made commentary, ladies and gentlemen, about a search that was done. And this information was relayed to me by somebody who was there. And that there was a legitimate search for ammunition. But my God, the language that this police officer was using was beyond belief. He was using the big F words and the MRs and the Bs and everything. And I'm sure that there is no necessity for that. I'm just calling out for professionalism within the police department. Look, there are some police officers who are proud, and I repeat, proud to wear their uniforms because it identifies them with a special branch, a special group of people who uphold the law and who maintain law and order in this country, and try their very best to comport themselves in such a way that they get respect from the people. However, there seems to be a branch, or a group of people within the police department who are just very simply hell-bent on proving others that they're on things. And that abuse of power, ladies and gentlemen, needs to be corrected as soon as possible. Because we hear of situations in other countries where the police are involved in criminal activity, and that is very difficult to control it because it's being protected by this one and protected by the other one, and in Mexico and in other countries in Central America, where the police are the very perpetrators of the criminal activity. Can it be that we're getting to that point here in Belize, ladies and gentlemen? Hats off to those police officers who are doing their work ardently and passionately and professionally. However, this is a call out to Mr. Wiley and all the people who are in charge of the police department to please do something, and please do something very quick, because the public is quickly, and I mean quickly, losing confidence in the ability of the police to be able to handle this criminal activity. Ladies and gentlemen, I will at this point just quickly review some notes from last night's Channel 7 news, and who has been translating the text messages. And this is what the message says. Translated from Creole to English, the text message says, quote, I want you to listen carefully. He says, listen, bro, stop getting jumpy. Farid is already dead, and dead men tell no tales. Make sure you keep your blank mouth shut and stop acting jumpy. The boss already handled you. What? The boss already handled you. Who is the boss? And what kind of handling did he do? So stick to your part. Stick to your part, which means that there is a conspiracy. There is some sort of hiding of the truth. To stick to your part and stop calling up anybody from the crew. So don't involve anybody else. Just stick to your story. There seems to be a major cover-up here. You are already set. You are already set. So chill out, because if you do blank, you will end up the same way as Farid. Who wrote this message and to whom is it addressed? And it continues. And it says, just relax and wait until the boss contacts you. Who is this boss? Next thing, make sure you keep a close eye on the next brother. Fisal, and the rest on the list I sent you. Is there a list? Is that a hit list? Enough cash is there. What? Cash? Who is doing this? Enough cash is there to be made if you play this thing right. Play out. If you play this out right. Just stick to this, to his every move until the time is right. And then we will say hello to his Allah soon. Wow. You know the protocol, bro. Don't text back. Just listen and comply. This is all part of the messages. Farid's sister might become a problem as well. They are identifying people from within the Ahmad family. Okay? Farid's sister might become a problem as well. So we might have to take her out faster than we originally planned. Take her out? You mean kill her? So be on standby for a text from the boss. Again, who is the boss? And stop worrying about Chester. Notice that this is on a first name basis. Stop worrying about Chester, not Mr. Williams. Stop worrying about Chester. Because his investigation report doesn't play a role. He's being rather condescending of the police hierarchy. This person is being condescending of Chester and all the investigations that Chester is doing. Can it be that this organization is above the law? Can it be that this organization is going on without the approval of the police department? Did I say that? Can it be that this is something from a criminal element from within the police department along with other people who are just hell-bent on eliminating some people? It frightens us to think that there is such an element in this country, if it were so. But we continue, ladies and gentlemen, because the message is not finished yet. It says, and you're going to get a blast out of this, if you haven't already. It says, stop worrying about Chester because the investigation report doesn't play a role. We are untouchable. And that is one of the highlights of the message. We are untouchable. Don't forget who the boss is. Make sure you get rid of the hit list because we don't want the blank. We don't want anybody to see that or know about it. And don't worry about Michelle because if that little blank says the wrong thing, the blank, when you fill in the blanks, hello, I don't have to help you fill in the blanks, will turn up dead and people will think that Farid's family killed her. Make sure you delete all messages that you are getting from me or any other member of the team. End quote. Can all of this be the product of somebody who is very imaginative, who is very resourceful, and who is hell-bent in trying to hide certain things and point the finger on somebody else to try to distract the attention of the police, of the people? Some element from within the Ahmad family that is can it be that all of this is just bogus? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, but one thing we know for sure, that Farid Ahmad is dead. And we know for sure that one of the SAT members has killed him. So, it may be true, but we don't have proof that it is so. We don't have any evidence to say that this is authentic. So, again, it continues to baffle, this case continues to baffle the entire community. Because it's not, of course, Farid Ahmad, I'm sure that he was loved and liked by a lot of people. But it's what goes beyond the Farid Ahmad's death that baffles us. It goes beyond that because it will point or indicate to us that there is some sort of organizational group of people who all they are being paid to do is to literally wipe out people from the surface of this earth. And that is the problem. If that is so, we don't know enough about them. We don't know if it is for political persuasion or religious persuasion or whatever kind of persuasion you may have. Or if perhaps they just don't like you. And it baffles us. And because we don't know, then we become even more afraid. Because then we begin to think about all sorts of things because we don't know. And fear is a hell of a thing. Abdul Ahmad, which is the brother of the deceased, says, inside those messages, it indicated members of my family that are next on the hit list. Now you're getting the perspective from within the family. He says they also highlighted inside those messages that there seems to be a huge lump of sum of money to make off the heads of my family members. Well, in the first place, why would they want to do that? Why would they want to kill the members of the family? You understand what I'm telling you? Why would they want to do that? Is it very simply because of evidence that they have found out and these people are proving to be, the Ahmad family is proving to be very resilient and up to a certain point influential? Or can it be, ladies and gentlemen, that is very simply because they have stood up for their rights and have come forward with the accusations against the police department, and pointed accusations that they now are being targeted by the very element? It continues, and it says it also indicated whereby the officer was sending the next officer that message. Now, here, if you notice, all during the while I was reading the text message, I never mentioned that this came from the police department, or from whom it came, rather. Now, this man is alluding to a possibility that is from one officer to another officer. And it says, in regards to sources, we know who the messages were sent to. We know who the messages were sent to. Well, if you do know, then that goes one step further. It says, in regards to the fake information, the fact that we have in our possession, it shows the number for who sent that message and definitely prove who sent those messages. It also highlighted Farid's execution was well organized. I must stress, Farid's execution was well organized. I wonder. I must stress Farid is not the only, maybe thought of, But if it would have been organized, it would have ended up on the roadside. I must stress Farid is not the only member of the Ahmad family that is on that list. Inside that list, I also mentioned 2 of my other sibling names were called, and it also indicated there will be others as well. Those messages also reported one of the investigation officers, especially in regards to Farid's case, can't touch them. They are all well protected, and this individual is nobody. It's very frightening. It's very disturbing. Again, I shudder to think that there is an element within the police department that can claim to be untouchable. So, I don't know what to say, ladies and gentlemen. It baffles the hell out of me, and I'm sure that it baffles a lot of people. And not only baffles, but it upsets us. Not only because of Farid Ahmad's death, but because of what may be behind Farid Ahmad's death. That there might be the disclosure of some sort of criminal element within the police department. People who are just literally abusing their powers. We don't know if this is so, ladies and gentlemen. I'm hoping, I am just being the conspiracy theorist there. I'm being the conspiracy theorist. And at the end of the day, I am hoping that all of the questions that I have put forward, that you may be pondering on them as well. And together, ladies and gentlemen, we can begin to demand answers from the police department. Demand. And if there is any cover-up within the police department, let that be uncovered. Let's take that break when it's 11 minutes after 8 o'clock, and we'll be right back with you after these messages.
They see when how you're living, always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit, large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range, a colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things ever run yours. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color, Buster.
Continue staying in touch with your friends and family with Digicel. From now until the end of January, take advantage of our $2.99 promotion and receive an unbelievable 100 minutes of talk time to BTL and Digicel numbers and 100 texts. You can also activate the plan to call your loved ones abroad in Canada, USA, and Mexico. Receive 50 minutes of talk time and 50 texts for only $2.99. All you need to do is dial star 100 to activate. Digicel's $2.99 promotion, now extended through January.
The bigger, better network. Digicel.
Every day when my daddy gets up to go to work, he says this is for me to have a better life. But I say, Daddy, we have a better life. Mommy don't have to leave home to wash my clothes anymore. We don't have to go all the way to a pump and back home to wash every bucket. No, Mommy just have to turn on the pipe and wash up and make we bathe as long as we want. Even the school teacher make we wash we hand a pipe instead of nasty bucket like before. See, Daddy, life is better. Water the life.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Down. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a Kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Thousands of Belizeans across the country are benefiting in the area of education and human resources development, water and sanitation systems enhancement. Funding for these national developmental projects are secured through the Basic Needs Trust Fund 7 and 8 programs under CDB, with counterpart funding by the Government of Belize and in-kind contributions by communities. CDB is one of government's strategic partners in answering the clarion call in pursuit to alleviate poverty. The BNTF program is CDB's flagship poverty reduction program that has contributed significantly to the national development of Belize since 1979. In the quest of providing an educational foundation, teachers and parents receive training in enhanced educational leadership and parenting skills. The aim to nurture capacity building, in particular teachers and the development of students at school and at home. In recognition of the rapid technological environment, SIF distributed computers, including smartboards, projectors, risographs, and other equipment to schools to enhance the school's curriculum. Another hallmark of the fund's momentous achievements is in the area of water and sanitation. Access to safe water will enable men, women, and children to meet their daily needs, such as drinking, cooking, bathing, and washing. Access to safe water will also contribute significantly in improving community health and hygiene. SIF, in conjunction with BNTF and in collaboration with the Ministries of Health and Education, embarked on a Wash Training program. Beneficiaries included the communities of San Victor, Pueblo Viejo, Conejo, as well as public awareness programs. Access to good quality education, both academic and vocational, will enable students, future leaders, to become positive citizens, doctors, teachers, scientists, police officers, entrepreneurs, engineers, farmers, and the list goes on. This means the country's most cherished and greatest asset, our children, are given the opportunity to acquire a quality education in a healthy and conducive environment. The intervention by government and BNTF has resulted in the completion and rehabilitation of 10 schools inclusive of sub-projects in various communities. The completion of solar energy water systems will significantly contribute as an alternate energy source of supply. Since its inception 2 decades ago, the Social Investment Fund has implemented over 500 plus basic infrastructure and social projects across Belize.
The Social Investment Fund, breaking the cycle of poverty.
And welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. And at this moment, I'd like to change course a bit and tell you that today is an important day. Today is the day when the House of Representatives will have a sitting, and although we believe that there is today is not the day when they're going to take a vote on the $90.6 million certificate, I repeat, we believe today is not the day, but the $90.6 million question is going to the House today for the first time. In other words, should government pay the arbitration award to the Belize Bank? The question has weighed heavy in the public's mind for approximately 6 weeks or so. And reports are that government has received the certificate. Remember that there is procedure. There is a certain procedure that has to occur. And the government has received the certificate from the registrar of, I would imagine, of the courts yesterday evening. So that is the instrument from the court which states that it is due, the payment is due, and it is served on the financial secretary, which is Mr. Joe Waite, and the Minister of Finance, which is the Right Honorable Dean Barrow. And I mention these two people because I gather that those people are the ones who are being taken to court in the capacity of their positions. The Prime Minister will table this in the House of Representatives today as a request for an appropriation of money by the National Assembly. Like I said, we don't believe that a vote is going to be taken today, but the reports are that it might only be tabled, in other words, put forward, and then debated and voted on a later date. So, I think that there is a 21-day wait involved in this, and I am sure that the House of Representatives will vote on it very shortly, perhaps sometime within a month or so. However, the issue of costs still has to be finalized. Remember that court costs and lawyers' fees and so forth have yet to be added on, and there will be another certificate for that, which would have to be added to this one for approval by the House. So, all of this information is very interesting. However, it's not confirmed, like I said, that that there's going to be a vote today. No, ladies and gentlemen, indications are that it's going to be tabled to the House of Representatives, okay? And it will be discussed and voted on at a later date. I'm sure that there will be some sort of initial discussion during the course of the day, but when it comes to plenary discussion, when it comes to that sort of thing where a vote will happen, we don't believe that that's going to happen today. Might be that it happens, but indications are that it will happen at another day. Just to remind you that the House meeting starts at 10 o'clock today in Belmopan, and that I do believe that Wave is going to be transmitting it, and if that is so also, we will be retransmitting it. But at this point, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we don't think that there is going to be a vote on the presentation, rather simply a tabling of the certificate. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, in view of the fact that our guests have not arrived, I will be saying thank you to Morris and to Rahim for the work that they have done. And also, I'd like to say, have yourself a wonderful weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been my pleasure to be here with you this morning. And we hope to be able to have our guest sometime later on this week. We do understand, ladies and gentlemen, and we do understand that emergencies can occur, and that is the reason why doctors always tell you, si es que estoy libre, llego. Si tengo emergencias, obviamente no puedo llegar. Y quiero que sepan que entendemos eso perfectamente bien. Porque la responsabilidad de un doctor es salvar vidas. Entonces, sería incorrecto, hasta injusto, no salvar una vida simplemente para estar en un show. Vamos a decirlo como es. Pero les quiero dar las gracias por su atención y su participación, compañeros. Les deseo a este punto todo lo mejor para el fin de semana y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes tan pronto el lunes. Se cuidan mucho. Nos vemos el lunes. Hasta luego.